Not just because it's a favorite poem of everyone or a lot of people. I think that it's so prevalent to why we're here today. It's the main reason why I recited it, or one of the main reasons I recited it is because it is prevalent. It's because it fits the occasion perfectly. A lot of times we think about this poem as it relates to friendships, to brothers, to brotherhood, helping each other out, and all of those things. But if you read it, as you read it and listen to it, it really has a message for all of us in here today. Especially the men in here, the dads in here, the father figures in here, the mentors in here, the coaches in here, the older brothers in here, and yes, the children in here. For me, that's saying not only do we have to do what we can as fathers, as mentors, as coaches, as brothers, etc., to help out our children and our youth so they don't fall into some of the same pitfalls that we have been able to maneuver through, go around, sometimes maybe fall into for a couple years, or whatever the case may be. But we have to be able to teach them about that. I knew that whenever I became a father, whatever the situation was, I would be there for my child, with my child, and my children, and they were going to know me because I would be there in any way possible. The other thing that I learned from that is that even though my dad was trying to be there, me as a child was literally running away. But my father was persistent. That's what we have to do as parents and as mentors. We have to be persistent even when it feels like our youth are running away from us and not towards us. And we feel that now in our communities. Our youth are literally running away from us. And we have to figure out a way, be persistent, keep going to bring them back in. So when you look at the crux of the poem, the key message is that we both have to show up, children and adults. And we both have to be present for that bridge to mean anything. Now again, all of these principles are important to developing that confidence, but the one that I think that is uniquely identified in my book is the support. The internal and external support that helps us to reach our goals, that pushes us when we think about giving up, that is advocating for us even when we don't know that we're being advocated for. It was mentioned earlier, I think Proverbs 22:6 says, train up the child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. But how can we train a child if we're not there? If we're not present? The only way that we can do that training or have that training, and we have to, it's imperative that we do that training. The only way that we can do it is if we show up. Showing up means showing up physically. There's a quote that says 80% of success comes from just showing up, just being there. It doesn't have to be an extravagant trip or a grand dinner or anything like that. It's just sometimes just about being there. For dinner, for tucking in at night, for watching television together. Showing up means showing up emotionally, right? Teaching and showing affection. That's in everyday life, and not just during special occasions or when things aren't going well or when you've had a tough moment. Just in everyday life, showing and teaching affection. I still tell my son I love him all the time. He's 17 now, still tell him I love him. We do our little little, you can't get a full hug. So we get our little lean in hug, double tap on the back. That's our thing. But he knows what that means. That's me letting him know that I care about him. Showing up also means showing up for school. It doesn't have to be when your kid gets called to the principal's office or when the teachers call him because they did something wrong. But you have to go up for the open houses, for the parent-teacher conferences, the field trips. And the last thing that showing up looks like, showing up is not just when it's easy, but you have to show up even when it's hard. We can't be petty or let our feelings get the best of us. But ultimately we have to find a way to be there for our children, our youth, and our families. And we know what happens when we don't show up. We have a whole list of things when we don't show up. All you have to do is turn on the 6 o'clock, the 10 o'clock, the 11 o'clock news, and you will see what happens when we don't show up. And I want you to keep showing up, and I want you to continue to develop and show your kids, your children, your youth, how to build that winning mindset. I want to thank you all again. Thanks to the bros. Thanks for having me. And I want to wish all the fathers a very, very happy Father's Day.